Hello.
And
Welcome
to
Bastards. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, welcome people to episode 514, taking a wild guess at the episode number. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever I am joined by...
Becky Foster, hello everybody.
And...
Ian Loring, we need to get into a debate right away.
Right, go on, what's our debate?
I literally just said we need to start recording now. This needs to go on mic. So, Mark met a turkey once. We've had this debate before about meeting a giraffe, and he was just like, "Well, how would you describe what would you describe it as?" Then the thing is, Mark, in order for two entities to meet, there has to be an acknowledgement from both of them that they are meeting that person, not just seeing that person. When that turkey sees you, they're not meeting you, they're just seeing you.
No, I disagree. The turkey, the giraffe, anything like that, there's a connection. They look at you.
Like a spiritual connection.
Not like a spiritual connection. That's how I met that goat, and it fucking hated me.
You didn't meet a goat.
I met a goat.
You were in the vicinity of a goat, and it hated you.
Yeah. So it acknowledged me. It didn't like me.
You didn't meet.
As soon as I met that turkey, and it was all right with
But
me.
meeting is like, hi there, I'm blah blah. Like, you know, Kiki's lived in this house getting on for 4 years. Kiki's never met me.
Of course she's met you.
This is certifiable bobbins, Mark.
I disagree. I have met many animals.
I've got to put in some food for Lottie. You intro the show, but you're wrong.
Nah, I've met many an animal. What are we covering this week? Was I right on the episode number there? I feel like I was. Let's check.
You're real chaotic today.
It's a Mark. I was right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Mark opening. They're always a little bit chaotic. We're a Pod Syndicate podcast. Listen to our friend shows, including Rewatch Project, Gaming Landfill, Chinstroke vs. Hunter, and other things. I'll get words in at some point. What we're covering this week, we're covering the new Netflix film Pain Hustlers, and we're covering the Five Nights at Freddy's. FNAF, which is based on a game, I'm told.
Also FNAF.
Yeah. It's also called FNAF. We're going to try and cover The Killer, but only Ian saw it. I was screwed over by every man's changing of times.
Absolute bastards.
I know. Also got some what I've been watching. I've actually got a lot of what I've been watching.
Oh God, is it all shit?
It's not actually. No, actually. I think I have watched one Academy Award winner, and I think at least a couple of the other ones got nominated for other awards.
Razzies.
Some of them might have got nominated for Razzies, yes, but some of them got nominated for actual awards as well.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, we've got that. We've got some trailer chat. We have some questions. And
are we doing The Killer? Sorry, you might have already said.
No, I couldn't get to it, unfortunately. I had one of those days at work today, and every man screwed me over at the Times on Monday. Okay. So we will be getting to The Killer, but he will be talking about The Killer, because he did see it, but then we will have a wider talk about it in a couple of weeks when it lands on the Netflix.
Yeah.
The Netflix.
Yes. News, Ian. What's been happening in the old news?
Variety have put out a report today detailing an away day that the Marvel execs had in September. And apparently one of the things discussed was, should we do an Avengers film with the old Avengers back in it again? Isn't that just some in case of emergency press Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
It is a little bit. Do you think that might be sort of, swayed by the fact that the projected figures for is it Marvels?
The Marvels, yeah.
The Marvels, yeah. Is like opening weekend is like they're looking like it could be like under 100 million.
Yeah, they're looking at between 75 and 85 in the US, which is awful.
Yeah.
Well, it looks crap, and it is literally you cannot watch that without watching this series because you wouldn't have a freaking clue who she is.
I'm gonna be honest about it, right? I'm actually weirdly looking forward to the Marvels.
Why?
I
You hate
can't.
Brie Larson, and you haven't watched the show that it follows on from.
I know.
That's
It's
madness.
weird, isn't it?
That's
It is a little bit of madness.
Got some real Downton Abbey vibes going on there, Mark.
But it's not like Downtown Abbey. It's more. I'm a little bit like I think it looks all right. I think it looks fun, but not in a Thor like fun way where it's constantly going to be telling you how fun it is. It looks a little bit. It looks a little bit Saturday morning cartoony. Not like Saturday afternoon Nickelodeon or Cartoon Networking, which is what you could say a little bit is Thor. Is it the Thor movie? It's become a little bit that.
Was Guardians 3 the last one? The
Yes.
last release?
Mm-hmm.
I've not
Yeah, they've been quiet.
For that.
Well,
I don't even know.
Previous two.
What, oh no, hang on. It's Captain America next, isn't it? That's right. Yeah. And Deadpool.
it was going to be Deadpool, and they've put Captain America in Deadpool slot, haven't they?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think it's Captain America, Deadpool, and Thunderbolts next year. Okay. I mean, the Marvels. I'm rooting for Nia DaCosta. I want her to do well. The girl, the Miss Marvel, she's great, and she could bring some real life to that film where Brie Larson might not. I want that film to do well because I don't want to, as much as anything, I don't want to spend a couple of hours on a Saturday watching something that I think shit.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I looked at it and went, do you know what? That it looks a little bit more contained. And it also looks like it's going to be, look at that, 105 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing for a Marvel film, that, isn't it?
105 minutes.
Yeah.
That's ace. Good for that. Because that's going to be like 10 minutes of credits as well.
Yeah.
That's in and out.
Yeah. Go on then. Yeah. And the thing there is, everyone always says the same thing. You've said it frequently, and I know that in voice chat, the other guys have said it, that the girl who plays, is it Ms. Marvel?
Kamala Khan.
Yeah, is great.
Yeah.
And really like energetic and just fun and really quite likable. And what's it? Is it Taylor Paris, who plays Monica Rambeau in it, from They Clone Tyrone, was great in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got the hate boner in human form that is Brie Larson.
See, I don't get the boner bit.
But
I just don't like her.
That's fine.
I think she's an awful screen presence.
I agree with you. But yeah,
her and Scott Pilgrim versus the World. If I was in my teens when Scott Pilgrim versus the World came out, like I probably would have been admitted to hospital for like too much drainage.
Cock explosion.
Yeah.
Like I would be a withered husk.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Other news. So after last week as praising Apple TV as possibly being the only decent streaming service, and it also not being a proper streaming service.
Yeah.
What did they go and do a couple of hours later?
Raise their prices.
The fucking price.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dickheads.
So that I was listening to, I think it was The Verge's podcast, so not an original thought. 100% they are doing that to try and get people to just subscribe to Apple One, because the value proposition with Apple One basically gets better every time Apple increases the prices of their services.
Yeah, there's without question that. I also add into the fact that the Apple TV, give me 2 seconds. So Apple TV probably has how many subscribers? 25 million apparently. People subscribe to Apple TV.
Yeah.
Right? So if you put that up by £2, $2 there, right? And that's 25 million. So if all of those stick with it,
Yeah.
straight away in the first month, you've made $50 million.
Yes.
There. So they will literally, companies, when they raise price subscription fees, they bank on a certain amount of people, like just not realizing. It's built into their projections. So basically, it's like, have we just a little bit paid for Napoleon and what is it via subscribing? I'm like, yeah, we kind of have, and I'm kind of all right with it.
Isn't that how it works?
Like, it's how it works. It is how it works. You know, you are kind of like almost in a way stealth investors. It's a weird thing, but it's just like Apple TV will now be $8.99, and it provides like so little content of actual, like there's no catalog content, like at all.
Yeah, that's a bit shitty.
It's bonkers that, but they get away with it because it's Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's a difficult one though, isn't it? Just because like the amount of content they actually have, it is a bit quality over quantity. But then you look at Netflix, who just increased the price of their premium service to $17.99 a month, and it's nearly double. Do I think Netflix is worth nearly double what Apple TV is? And it, like, unfortunately for my family, yeah, it is. For me, not so much.
But the thing there is, what I would say there is, and I'm not saying I disagree with you here, but the fact remains that there is easily double the amount of content.
Yeah, but it's not good.
And obviously it's good. This is what I'm saying, is that I don't think Netflix is anywhere near worth the price they're now going to be charging for it.
Left to my own devices, I would cancel Netflix. The only thing that I really keep it around for is for when we do like a rewatch of Friends, and I'm not going to be able to do that for a while without crying. So if it was up to me, I would cancel Netflix. I know you won't, because you like to have them all.
I use it.
Yeah, but you could use other things.
Netflix's download thing, which is very, I use a lot to watch offline. There it is better than the other ones.
The OneDrive exists though, and that works fine.
But then I'm adding more processes in, and I don't have time for that shit.
So you're saying it's just pure laziness? How much is it going to cost a month?
I'm happy to pay that for laziness.
How much is it?
It's $17.99 a month.
You're going to pay £18 just to be lazy?
A little bit, yeah. No, it is becoming bonkers. It is also bonkers that they've all raised their prices within a very short period of time.
Yeah,
if only there was something going on.
And I mean, on that as well, I said last week that I thought the strike might be over by the time we recorded again, and no, it's not. But they are. I don't know. It's interesting. I know like they're talking every day, but apparently yesterday, like Deadline, I read Deadline this morning. They were like, I think it was like they started mid-morning and ended at 2:30. Yeah. It was like, wow, that was a real long session then, wasn't it, guys?
And like,
it's a little bit like, is it the Simpsons? It's like, right, well, that's lunch decided then.
And if they want people to take their calls seriously, like, don't have stupid little pet bits in it of like, oh yeah, celebrities can't go, if you're in whatever fucking thing it is, you can't go as a character from any of the like Struck Studios movies for Halloween. What fucking shitty hill to die on? People criticising Margot Robbie for going as what's it from V for Vendetta, and criticising Megan Fox for going as, is it Yo-Yo Yubari or something? Go-Go Yubari from Kill Bill. And it's like, yeah, this is why people don't take you fucking seriously. Let people go what they want for fucking Halloween.
I enjoyed Ryan Reynolds like tweeting, I'm paraphrasing, but just like, you know, looking forward to calling my daughter a scab for wearing a Barbie costume. You know?
Yeah.
Right. So moving slightly on to what you just said there. However, right, the whole Halloween thing, it's just become like it's just dress up day now.
Yeah.
It's not like go as like anything ghoulish anymore.
People used to always go as like characters from things.
You got a problem with my fucking Pikachu costume, Mark?
Pikachu's terrifying.
I very much enjoyed Pika Pika Motherfuckers. That was a good one.
Thank you. Even like we went trick or treating, and one of the parents of one of the girls we were with was just like, thank God you're in that costume. You were fucking terrifying last year because you were really in character.
What were you last year?
I was Michael Myers, and I just didn't say anything, and I just breathed heavily.
Thanks. Yeah, there's not a lot of news because there's not a lot happening at the moment. No. But there have been trailers.
Yeah, they have, but my phone's doing an update, so I can't look at what they are. What we got?
So, what did we have? Oh, we had an extensive Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes teaser trailer.
What, that like 5 seconds?
Yeah. Of an eagle landing on an ape hand.
I mean, if you're going to get people up for a trailer, an eagle landing on an ape is a weird choice.
It is. It is. It's almost like they've gone, we need something. We're rearing out of shit. We need something for something that might actually be finished. And they've gone, apes. Have we got an apes thing? They've gone, sure, yeah. Gone, have you sent that apes thing yet? No, I just sent him the fucking eagle. All right, there you go. There's your teaser trailer.
Hey, I mean, new apes.
Yeah, sold.
Let's go.
Yep. Wish, a musical event.
Is this different from the Wish film?
No, it's just a Wish trailer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're calling it Wish, a musical event now. Apparently.
Cool. How's that? I haven't watched this.
Looks fine.
Looks all right, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the voice of Bess Chris.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm all right with it. I'll wait till it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing when you watch trailers for stuff like this, you just got to remember, haven't you? It ain't for me.
No.
But for the people it's for, it looks good.
Yeah.
If I was a parent of a child, I would be like, specifically a girl child, this girl's movie.
I just don't know whether we need an origin story of the When You Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man? All 100 years of Disney's been leading up to this. You shut your fucking mouth. This is huge.
That's it. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
We've also had Manodrome.
Ah, fuck, I forgot to watch this. Best title of the year.
Manodrome. Hey, what if we took Fight Club and made it just not fun?
No, because I don't think it's all about the fighting.
It's not about the fighting, no.
That's why it's not.
That's why it's not fun. It's not even like about the nihilistic angle of it. It's just right. So it's like, how did you describe Jesse Eisenberg, Bex?
Bigger but still not henge ginger Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, it is like they've gone, Jesse, you're gonna have to get like bulked up for this. And he's gone, all right, yeah, I'll get bulked up for it. And he's watching them gone,
no, not fat, right?
Shit, we wanted like bulked up. He's gone, I am like so much more bulk than I was before. And it's like, yeah, but than you were. What? So yeah, it looks interesting. It looks like it'll. The problem is, it looks like it'll be watched by entirely the wrong people who will get entirely the wrong message.
Yeah. The problem is with Jesse Eisenberg, he's not a super attractive guy to start with, is he? Give him a big fat face and ginger hair. It's trying to like tie his hands behind his back.
The problem is the hair colour that he's gone for looks a little bit like the red hair colour that you got on Pro Evo 2 when you created your own player and you had a choice of either black hair, brown hair, silver hair, or ginger hair, and they went like ginger hair, and that's the colour that is.
It's orange. It's not ginger.
It's not
hair.
A real hair. And also, I do believe that Adrian Brody could actually set up one of these things himself.
I'd follow him as a girl.
As just a character. I'm more interested in him in that film.
Yeah.
It looks intriguing, but I bet it's shit.
Yeah.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, I didn't watch this either. Yeah.
So, Lisa Frankenstein, directed by Robin Williams' daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Who has she made another movie? I feel like she has made another movie at some point.
Not that I'm aware of.
Director, no. Kappa Die?
No, she did a film. She did a short film. That was it. So yeah, it's a weird one. This. The problem is, I was watching it going, this looks quite interesting, and then it very aggressively says from writer Diablo Cody, and it made me go, holy shit, she existed at one point.
Do you know what? I'll watch it. I like Catherine Newton. It's got Mithrigan in it, and it's got Carla Gugino in it.
Yeah, it does have Mithrigan in it, doesn't it? Yeah.
So it's got one of the Sprouts brothers.
It has, as his brother calls it, it has hot sprouts.
Hot Sprouts.
Yeah.
Jughead.
Yeah, but he's hot sprouts, and Dylan, as himself, calls himself rich sprouts, doesn't he?
Fair.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And when someone asked him, said, "Oh, so are you like a lot richer than your brother?" He went, "No, probably just as rich as him, but I'm not hot."
But they're fucking twins. So he is as hot.
He's not, though, is he?
What?
Because he's not.
I mean, Cole Sprouse isn't that hot.
Cole Sprouse is very hot for like
this generation.
Yeah, this generation. There is a.
He's not a bad-looking boy, but I wouldn't say he's significantly hotter than Dylan.
They're slightly younger than the ones who appreciate Timothy Chalamet.
Timmy Charles.
Yeah.
I'd say he's really gone down in my estimation.
The Sprouser is there for him.
Yeah. But Dylan Sprouse's missus is she's pretty chef's kiss, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, because he's really rich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't look at Timmy Charles the same anymore. I used to respect him as a human being, and now I don't.
And we caught the Maestro trailer, didn't we, next?
Yeah.
Because you watched it last week, hadn't you? But it dropped literally. Yeah. Yeah, very up for this. Very up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Not as up for it as you are, but I'll watch it.
Coots is my boy.
Yeah.
What? That man has an awful lot of cash in the bank, really.
What, just because of that one film?
Yeah.
You're so weird. I love that for you.
No, I was thinking, I like that you were saying there, Ian, the fact that they've used different gradings of film and the fact that there's different aspects within it. I think it looks very much like, it looks quite like a nerdy filmmaker film.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm into that. It's definitely got pretensions, but I am very into its pretensions. So yeah,
Someone who watches the shite that you watch, for you to come out and say that is ridiculous.
I like I said in our intro.
Who are your favourite actors? Oh, well, I really appreciate both Bradley Cooper for his pretensions and Pauly Shore. Sure, why not?
Well, I don't know what your point is.
You're a dick.
Has anyone seen any other trailers?
No.
Have you seen any other trailers, Ian?
I don't believe I have,
I don't think there has been that many. Try to think if there's anything else that I've missed. No, fucking hell, we're skipping through this like motherfuckers. Let's review a movie. Let's go for it. Let's review a fucking movie. Let's get my phone so I can get the IMDb's synopsis. Keep everyone guessing about what I'm going to do first. Keep everyone guessing. Handsome, rugged, versatile, and charismatic actor Tom Aikens. Sorry, just that just came up again. It's just might get that tattooed on me.
Very
good.
just go to a tattoo place. I want this tattooed on it. What is it? It's Tom Aikens. IMDb bio. It's possibly the greatest work of literature ever. Pain Hustlers is written by Wells Tower, an actual person, not a place.
What? No, you're right. Yeah, that was that name. Oh dear, Wells Tower.
And directed by old Yatesy boy. He's broken free from the Turf Tavern and come out swinging.
May I just say, I thought him coming out and saying we didn't originally plan for 5 Fantastic Beasts films. JK just said that at a press conference and we went with it. It's very funny.
Yeah. I like David Yates. Whenever I see interviews, he comes across a good dude. Stars Emily Blunt, Chris Evans, Catherine O'Hara, Ian, Jay Duplass, and other people. And what's it about? Lisa dreams of a better life for her and her daughter. Hired to work for a bankrupt pharmaceutical company, Lisa skyrockets with sales into the high life, putting her in the middle of a federal crime conspiracy. Ian, what do you think of Pain Hustlers?
Yeah, it's all right. I feel like the kind of like the talent behind this and whatnot and the subject matter probably should have resulted in something better. But it's fine. It's an engaging couple of hours. Emily Blunt's miscast. And that character, I kind of feel like the film would have been better if it was maybe a little bit more honest about that character and just played the maybe don't make her sympathetic.
You mean the fact that it literally, it both wants her to be this, this, I'll do anything to get ahead, but also wants her to be the moral center of the story.
Yeah, that's a problem. And when you've then got Emily Blunt, and it's like her character was confusing as well. It was like you think of something like the Florida Project, and I'm not a massive fan of that film, but it felt lived in. It felt like there was an authenticity to it. I didn't feel any authenticity about Emily Blunt's performance as a lower working class Floridian mum. Like single mother.
Partly because within a single sentence she could manage to fit in about 4 different accents.
Yeah, maybe as well. Yeah. She was a problem for. I mean, not. And I feel kind of bad because it's like I'm not saying Emily Blunt stay in your lane, but it's just like maybe Emily Blunt, you can't be a single working class mom from Florida, and that's fine. but yeah, I thought the kind of like the storytelling was relatively pedestrian. It's a lot of David Yates trying to be Scorsese, trying to be PTA at that one point where you got that fucking random shot of Chris Evans looking like he's running away from something really haphazardly, and then he just jumps in a pool. That was odd.
Yeah, well, that's. I think I said to you a bit. The problems with this movie that I had with it was when it tries to be, when David Yates tries to be Martin Scorsese, it just proves like how far away from Martin Scorsese he is. And David Yates is a good director, but
in my head, the pitch for this movie was something along the lines of, right, we're going to make a Wolf of Wall Street type movie, right, but about Big Pharma. All right, okay, but we're going to make it real fucking boring. All right, okay. And you know the mistake that Wolf of Wall Street doesn't make, where it doesn't try and redeem Jordan Belfort at the end? Yeah, that's really good, isn't it? Yeah, we're gonna redeem her. That's it. That's the movie. It's just boring as fuck. And shit. And disingenuous. And there's shit in it.
I don't disagree with any of that. I will say I thought Chris Evans was good value. I like that he's just supporting, he knows he's supporting. He just stays there, and I thought he was good. Andy Garcia is absolutely one big
Andy
Pharma
Garcia
bad
and
guy.
Catherine O'Hara are the only good things in this movie.
I thought Catherine O'Hara's character didn't even need to be there.
But I like seeing her in things, so she was fine. And Andy Garcia and his handsome older gentleman shtick that he's got going on now, I am fucking here for it.
I just liked him telling everyone to take their shoes off.
Yeah, and it's so look, I just thought it was pretty one in one eye out the other, and that shouldn't be these people coming together to make a film about this topic. So it's a fail, but I'm not gonna say that I hated every second of it. I thought it was perfectly serviceable, and if it gets any kind of awards buzz, it will make me angrier about the film, but I don't think it will.
It will not.
Do you not think though, like if say you're one of the many people in America whose life or a member of their family's life has been destroyed by the opioid crisis, would you not want a film that is being made about that to be a little bit weightier?
No, but the problem is,
it doesn't get made. No. Like that's the fucking truth of it. Unless you've got Emily Blunt in there as someone who's redeemable at the end, this film doesn't get made.
It shouldn't get made. I think it's quite disrespectful.
And I think which is a perfectly valid point. It gets made as prestige TV. Michael Keaton already did a fucking show called Dope Sick, which is on Disney Plus, and is about the opioid crisis, and people really like it. Like that is the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, this kind of a film probably should be a TV series, not a movie.
The thing is, I think the problem with Paynosters is a lot of the bits that it's doing have been done better elsewhere. So, for instance, taking Florida Project, it showed a version of this because it clearly took it, partly an inspiration of these lower income families having to live in these, motels. Not to stay in motels, having to live in them. And there's that element of it. The corruption of pharma, not even the opiate crisis, but the big pharma, it's all a stitch up thing. Just picking one out that I watched a couple of weeks ago in Love and Other Drugs, they cover that within that movie in relation to the Viagra boom. And that is done better in that movie than this. Because a lot of this, it feels quite contained. It doesn't feel big or brash at any point. And it suffers a little bit from that. I think, like you, Ian, at no point was I don't think I was ever bored by it, but I also don't think at any point, with the exception of I thought Andy Garcia was a lot of fun. But at no point was I ever like properly entertained or wowed by it.
Mm.
And yeah, I do agree. Emily Blunt is a good actress. She is. She's been good in things.
If she's playing a posh English person, she is.
Not even that.
She can't do a fucking accent. Evidently, if you can't do an accent, don't do an
But
accent.
she can. But the problem is here. I think that she doesn't. I think that she's never had an engagement with a person from that sphere of existence.
Whatever voice she's doing, though, she always sounds posh.
Yeah, but it's a clip within her voice.
Yeah, it is.
But Emily Blunt is a good actress, and she can be a full screen presence. But the problem here is the character is just badly written.
Mm.
Because at no point does she get to be like. At no point does she get to be. Does the film want her to be unlikable? Whereas you're not really supposed to like Jordan Belfort. You're not really supposed to like Rosamund Pike in that what's it film?
Oh, I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot. You know, and she nails that because she can play not likable very well. You're not supposed to like her. At this, you're always supposed to be either rooting for her or feeling for her. But she is part of the problem.
Yeah.
And then the other bit is it creates too many characters around it. They become caricatures a little bit. The eccentric billionaire that is a complete germaphobe. And the actual real guy might have been that. But the problem is
you can't go full Howard Hughes with it.
You can't go full Howard Hughes. But at the same time, you've also got the doctor who, you know, is having loads of women trouble, and you know he's got a terrible comb over, and then he ends up having like a really bad like fucking hairpiece, and he's getting really confident now, and it's just the money's gone, and it just every character just felt like, really, is that it? There's no depth within the story.
They all feel like tropes, don't they?
Yeah, and it feels a little bit like that town that wrote it. None of them just could actually have met a person like this. And it's real. There will be a very good, and you know, Dope 6. If I could get on with TV, I would actually quite like to watch that.
I think I might give it a go.
At some point, there will be a very good movie about this. But what's his name? Chris Evans made a very good movie about the medical profession when he made that one about the hypodermic needles.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
That's the fucker. When he was a heroin addict. But he made, what was it called? Oh, where's his filmography? Stop thinking about your philanthropy on your fucking.
The Grey Man.
What you said, Vix?
I said Lightyear. I was joking.
Oh, everyone's just a fucking comedian, aren't they? Everyone's a fucking comedian. What was it called? Push, I believe. No, that's not it. That's a different film.
Based on the novel Precious by Sapphire.
No, what the fuck was it called?
Have you made it up?
I might have done you that. Wait, where's that?
No, hang on. Is this the one that was directed by Mark Webb? No, where he was a heroin addict. No,
he's not a heroin addict. No, he
it's
Puncture.
Injustice is its real name.
Yeah, Puncture or Injustice, yeah. I was actually a drug addict, yeah, you know. But yeah, but that's about the medical profession. And it's a good film. But yeah, it's something that I couldn't remember its name. But yeah, Panos, it just, I enjoyed bits of it. But Yeah, the complete inability to actually like tell a fucking coherent story. Yeah, you could do this a lot better. I think that's right. But there was perfectly fine bits that were going on as it was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish Letterboxd would let me put a 2.75.
What did you give it?
I give it a 3
Out
out of 5. I would give it a 2.5. But then you did have Chris Evans rapping as a giant inhaler. I kind of like.
I quite enjoyed that. Just the sheer Jesus fucking Christ, this guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, the best actual scene of any dramatic bit was when he went after that bit and was like, what's going on, and then basically fucking chewed her out. And you look at going, well, do you know what? The problem is, in that situation, he's actually right. And he shouldn't be.
Where is he right?
Because she is fucking him over.
Yeah.
And it's not... She
isn't innocent.
Yeah, she's not innocent.
Yeah.
And she's only doing it because she needs her daughter to have this operation.
But where does she get
Yeah,
from?
and
Again, I'm guessing she's made some kind of deal, but all you needed to do to put that across was have a line where she said, and if I do this, my daughter gets the operation right. Yes.
They can't bribe people with money to give evidence. That's not a thing.
I mean, it kind of is, a little bit. It's not money, it's... You can see that gets done.
Fair.
They hinted at it very strongly, didn't they?
Yeah, but then it just never
went anywhere.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I'm definitely not shit, but my God, is it one that I wouldn't be bothered about arguing about?
I'm touching cloth on it.
It's gonna absolutely fucking disappear.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's now getting to the point a little bit with Chris Evans where it's kind of like you need to maybe stop just doing streaming stuff.
Yeah, I'm going shit on it.
Was Ghosted this year?
Yeah,
pretty sure it was. Yeah, that was rough.
It's Ghosted this year, and then he had obviously the Grey Man last year.
Yeah, it's not. Him and Anna de Armas.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I refused. I'll stand by that.
Dexter Fletcher directed that.
Yep.
Well, that's probably why. Probably part of why I refused.
Dexter Fletcher's good director.
I mean, Rhapsody fucking bullshit.
He also directed
Rocket Man, I know.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why'd you neck it? Why'd you neck it?
Yeah, true. I might watch Rocket Man again, actually.
Our audience polls. Because we have 2 now. Just get my polls out. Where is it? There it is. There we go. Pain Hustlers, definitely not shit, 25%. Touching Cloth, 25%. And shit, 50%. I was not expecting that, to be fair. And our other poll on the Instagram. Touching Cloth, 50%. And shit, 50%. So, not a lot of love for that movie. Not a lot of love. Not a lot of love.
Tell you what, though, just as we mentioned, Anna de Armas, she's another one that needs to start making better fucking choices, isn't she? That Ghosted.
She's got Ballerina coming. John Wick spin-off.
Yeah.
Blonde shit. Grey Man, I also refuse to watch, but
I forgot she was in Grey Man.
Deepwater, shit.
I cried Deepwater.
No Time to Die, wasn't she a bit part?
Good in there.
The Night Clerk was good.
Yeah. I want to watch that one where she was free pizza. Again.
Where what?
Where she was free pizza.
What are you on about?
Knock knock.
Knock knock.
Oh. I don't get the free pizza reference.
Oh, we've got to rewatch Knock Knock then.
I use free pizza in work at least like 3 times a week. But it's such a good analogy, though.
It is such a good analogy.
For just like, we're just giving, like, here's this nice, like, my area is just going to do this for you, are they? They're just going to give you free pizza. Oh no, let's have a it just, like, no matter what the quality of it is,
it's free pizza.
It's free pizza.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I use that so much, and no one's ever asked me where it's come from, because if I was just like, yeah, watch the Keanu Reeves film Knock Knock and then get back to me, that could be a conversation and a half.
Right. Are you drinking wine again tonight, Ian?
No. Absolutely changed direction from that.
Yeah. How come?
Because it felt unnatural.
I'll be honest, I can't get on with wine.
I'll drink it if it's there, but I think I won't buy it on purpose.
Yeah, if I was somewhere and they and it was the available option, I would be fine with that. But yeah, I would never choose to buy it.
Why have you gone off wine, Ian? You were pretty keen on it last week.
I know. It felt unnatural doing it with the podcast.
Fair. I get that.
We're back. We ready?
Yeah.
Ian,
Hi.
what have you been up to?
All right. Talk about a couple of non-film things before I get there. So, some sporting events. Watched my first Cardiff game in person in fucking weeks. The games landed actually since the first Championship home game of the season. It's the first time I've been able to get to a Cardiff game. And it just been on holiday twice and was busy on something one other day, and yeah, just a really bad run of it. So Cardiff are 5th in the Championship at the moment, which is fucking stunning. Doing really, really well under Turkish manager Erol Bulut. Love that name. And yeah, it was a 2-0 win against Bristol City, where afterwards the Bristol City manager, who got sacked the day after, was shit-talking Cardiff about, like, well, you don't look at Cardiff and think, like, obviously they'll beat anybody in the league. So, I'm disappointed with our guys today because, they're not scary or anything. Fuck you, buddy, and you lost your job the next day, so ha ha ha.
Yeah, who's laughing now, you prick?
Yeah, quite. And we were good. Second goal was fucking amazing. Just coming shot from the penalty box, lovely diagonal, fucking smashed the top of the net, and was just a lovely goal. So yeah, I was worried about Cardiff. I thought I'd go see some games, probably see quite a lot of losses. Everybody was predicting them for mid-lower end of the table. In 5th, it may not last, and certainly if Cardiff, we won't get the top 2 this season because of Leeds and Leicester. But beyond that, I think there's a good shout for the playoffs, but I do think it's too early. We're going to need another season. I think, to really get ducks in a row for thinking about the I'm sorry, I said Leeds are 3rd, Ipswich. Ipswich are the real surprise package.
The thing about the thing about the Championship is always the same though, is it could often be, you could often end up with a team getting promoted who might be at this point like at the moment, for instance, Norwich are 17th. But there's every possibility they might end up getting promoted because they're 17th, but they're only 6 points off the promotion, the playoff places. And you look at it, I think last season, I think Sheffield United at one point were like in the bottom 3, like midway through the season, and all it can take is literally a run, and you can end up finishing 6th, and you might finish 20 points behind 2nd and still get promoted. It's a bonkers league.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I mean, it's the only away day I'm planning this season's coming in December, and it's against Southampton, and they're 4th at the moment, so that could be a cracking game.
You're going to do a away game?
Yeah, planning on it. Yeah.
Oh, I suppose Southampton's not that far for you, is it?
I mean, it's not nothing. Don't get me wrong, but it like we'll be there and back same day. So absolutely. But it's quite a tight league. I mean, to be fair, Sheffield Wednesday 8 points off safety look pretty fucked. And did you see their bloody chairman this week asking fans to chip in to help pay an unpaid tax bill, basically saying, if you lot don't help, I think I'm going to have to let it happen, and they're going to get a transfer ban.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's a bonkers hellhole.
Like Jesus Christ, sacking Darren Moore like mid-season when he just got him fucking promoted, and then not mid-season, what am I trying to say? Like in the season break, absolutely fucking bonkers. So there you go. But yeah, it was a very good game. Really enjoyed it. Bristol fans at the train station after throwing bottles at Cardiff fans across the train platform. Stay classy.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty rough. There was that. Formula One. I haven't talked about that for a little bit. It was the Mexico Grand Prix, full of drama again. Homeboy, as in home country, Sergio Perez, who speculation has been rife over the last couple of months about whether he's going to keep his Red Bull seat. Like massive pressure on him. What does he do? He fucking guns it at the first corner, trying to get in the lead, smashes into someone else, and he's out of the race. First corner.
Oh.
It was, and like his car like went in the air. It was rough. I mean, it was something. But my boy, the Honey Badger, Danny Rick, driving for Red Bull's sister team, AlphaTauri, drove the car better than the car deserved and finished in 7th. And now the speculation is, well, if Perez doesn't get second in the Drivers' Championship at the end of the season, Red Bull are probably going to say either you go to the sister team or we're just going to pay you out your last year of your contract so you can fuck off. Now Lewis Hamilton is 20 points behind him, like 3rd to 2nd. It is getting tight. And that's the big story. Like Max Verstappen's already won the Drivers' Championship. He did so like 2 Grand Prix back. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the midfield at the moment. But that is the big story, and it's absolutely thrilling. Drive to Survive next year is going to be an absolute banger. Verstappen won. Lewis Hamilton came second. Great drive from Lewis Hamilton, and it was. It's not the most exciting Grand Prix is Mexico, but it was fun and it was dramatic, and that's what you want. So there you go.
Is there many left of this series?
No, there's 3. So
Brazilian is this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, so you got the Brazilian this weekend, Las Vegas in 2 weeks' time, and then Abu Dhabi the week after that. Las Vegas is going to be something.
I was reading a big thing about that, and it was like because it's. I might have misread this, so bear with me on it. But it's something like it's the first time F1 have ever put on a race rather than somebody else paying to be allowed to put on a race. So it's F1 doing like they've built the track and bits like that, whereas normally, for instance, the Mexico essentially they already have all the infrastructure and go like that, and it's not F1. They pay F1 to do it. To be allowed to do it.
Essentially it's an agreement between them and like the Las Vegas like authorities where there is a permanent like F1 village now built outside Las Vegas. Like it is like
and Vegas residents are fucking fuming apparently at the moment about the whole thing.
I'm not surprised. Like it's a street track and they're literally going to be driving down the strip.
And it's like it's the fact that I was watching the thing about it showing like the building of it and all like the bits and saying that it's like blocking, it's caused like traffic chaos for like the past like 2 months in Vegas because of the way they've been building it. It's and there was one hand saying it might be like one of the great like F1 showcases, and it also might never happen again.
It's no, I mean, like, well, they've got a contract, like they're in, and you drive that track on F123, and it's a good track. There's a lot of high speed bits, and then just like. Oh god, I won't bore on too much about this, but Monaco, right? Monaco is one of the like the principal Grand Prix, yeah. Like everybody knows about the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah,
it's a shit course.
Yeah, I think that's why everyone knows about it.
Yeah, there's only one real bit where you can actually pick up any speed, and the rest of it is so fucking tight that there's overtakes are like basically impossible. And there's an element of that to Las Vegas as well, where like you play it and there's really tight corners, but there's also some really good high speed straights. And they there's this thing in F1 called DRS where like on certain bits they have DRS zones where if you're within a second of the car in front, you can essentially, it's almost like getting a mushroom in Mario Kart. And there's it's a good mix of technical driving, but then also just like I can do that if I can get close enough to someone and like activate my mushroom, then I can blast past them. And like, but also it's a night race, is Las Vegas, so F1 cars against the backdrop of the Las Vegas Strip, like that's gonna be some incredible visuals. I'm kind of fuming that it's going to be on at 6 a.m. local time because I would want to have some beers with that.
Time difference. It's going to be early, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's like a 10 p.m. start in the US, so which is understandable because it's Las Vegas. But anyway, I'll end that. Right, not Max Payne 2, Alan Wake 2. Played a couple of hours, got scared, binned it off. But there's some wild mix of video games and movies in that, even from that couple of hours, which is something. Did not expect to start the game playing a naked, large, reanimated corpse.
Nice.
And I didn't get to this bit, but there is a bit where you're essentially in a 20-minute musical sequence. And I'll send you guys the YouTube of it. It looks wild. I don't have the stomach for Alan Wake 2. It's grim and then it's fucking scary.
And that's like my kind of shit.
Yes, it is. get a
I'll watch
PlayStation
YouTube
5. But yeah, there you go. That's Alan Wake 2. Right, films, you'd be pleased to know. So not too much this week. I'm actually like halfway through 3 films for various reasons. So there'll probably be more next week. But I finished off the Psychos.
Oh yes.
So and they are diminishing returns, but I don't think any of them are outright shit, to be fair. So Psycho 3, I kind of talked a little bit about it last week with the unexpected opening and the music by Carter Burwell. It's fine. There's a couple of good kills. I like that it's just like it's a woman who looks like Marion Crane, and like she's having faith issues, he's having psychosis issues, and they kind of weirdly connect with each other. But then you got Jeff Fahey playing a fucking scumbag who has a fight with Norman Bates as well. It's not Psycho 2, it's not Psycho, but as a horror sequel, like I say, a couple of decent kills. It's about 95 minutes long. Can't complain. And then Psycho 4, the beginning, which I believe was made for TV, which is directed by Mick Garris. And yeah, this is just an odd experience. So it essentially, maybe spoilers, I suppose. So Norman Bates is like listening to a radio call-in show, and he calls in and he starts telling his story about how he murdered a bunch of people in his youth, and he kind of chronicles that and his relationship with his mother. His mother is played by Black Christmas's Olivia Hussey. And there's multiple scenes of him and his mum kind of like play fighting or rolling around and whatnot, and then him getting a boner and her going, "What the fuck?" and then punishing him, like making him put on a dress or locking him in a cupboard and whatnot. It's just like, you see, the difficulty for me there is, half of this film is like, what would you do if your mother was Olivia Hussey? Which is an interesting question, I suppose. And then the other half is like Norman Bates is, I don't think they really explain this much, but he's out, he's apparently normal, and he's knocked his now wife up, and he's worried about the baby turning out like him. So it's this weird mother-son psychosexual drama, and then also, is Norman Bates going to kill his wife? And it's a very, very odd film. Just a very odd, weird experience, and just the fact as well that like a lot of it is like this radio talking show, and it's quite 90s.
Oh right,
and just the way that the first one of these, starring the same guy, was a black and white Alfred Hitchcock film, and this one is like centered around a radio talk show where the talk show host is CCH Pounder. And it's like that doesn't feel like that should be in the same timeline, but it is. And I didn't hate it. And Anthony Perkins is putting in a shift, as he always does. And Henry Thomas is young Anthony Perkins. I don't know. It just like he believably plays that he'd be sexually confused by the fact that his mum's Olivia Hussey. I get it.
Yeah, the thing is, I've seen them all but a fair old while ago, and I think it's one of those things that they're so far removed from the original because they are so much after.
It's the fact that it took 22 years to get Psycho 2, and then in about 10 years you've got 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, and there's also another TV one in between them, isn't there?
Oh, is there?
It's an American TV one, I'm sure there is.
And then after that, was it Vera Farmiga and fucking Freddie Highmore did Bates Motel?
Yeah, and that was really popular as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it ran for a few seasons. And look, I mean, it's I've done my time with these films now. I mean, like for sure, it's diminishing returns. Psycho 2 being surprisingly good.
Yeah, there was a made for television film called Bates Motel.
Was Perkins in that?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It wasn't but yeah, it was about the motel and anything like that. But it was Laurie Petty was in it.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, written and directed by the guy who wrote a lot of the Universal Soldier movies.
Solid. But yeah, look, I enjoyed my time with them. Will I ever watch them again? Probably not. But
I would say there, do you ever need to watch them again? It's one of those, isn't it? You've watched them, you know, you can enjoy your time. I don't think it's a franchise you need to go back to that often.
No, quite. It's like as soon as I was done with Psycho 4, I put the 4K set on eBay and I sold it for a $5 less than I paid for it. When?
Yeah, it's basically ready.
You know. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. So no, good stuff. And you know, I mean, the transfers are all right as well. You know, Psycho 4 looks a little rougher, but yeah, no, they're okay. So there you go. And then lastly for me then will be David Fincher's The Killer. So as Mark said earlier on, we'll talk more about this properly in a couple of weeks. I'm not necessarily going to spoiler, pardon me, but I suppose I almost kind of feel like maybe like expectations need to be set slightly for people. So this, I want to watch it again. I marked it on Letterboxd as a 3.5 out of 5. The structure is super repetitive. There's not all that much to surprise in it. It's just incredibly cold and detached, but not like. But I don't think the lack of warmth is replaced by much of particular interest. It's interesting. It kind of feels like a film where Fincher would think of something and then have someone do it and then just chuckle to himself, like a wry chuckle, because he thought that's funny. It's a film that I think Fincher probably was really amused by as he was filming it. I don't know, there's a bit of a running thing in it where it's just, is he just a bit shit at his job? And I want to have another crack at it, but at the same time, I don't know whether I can be arsed. And that, for a Fincher film, it's kind of like Mank. I've watched Mank once, and I liked Mank, and I've got no get up and go in me whatsoever to watch that film again. But it's like I'm half an hour into The Social Network at the moment. I'll talk about that next week, obviously. And that film is like, I just want to watch the rest of it right now. The Killer.
Yeah.
There's none of that for me. I am interested to see what you make of it.
That's it. It's, you know, we're getting on now for 10. I know he's only made 2 movies at this point, but getting on now for it's 10 years. Is there a little bit, because he said about The Killer that he's wanted to make this for a while, but it never quite fit together for him. Is there a little bit that when Fincher has like a passion project, they never end up being like that great?
Because Mank was crap on it.
I didn't mind Mank, but it's not like Ian said there. It doesn't get the blood rushing as much as things like The Social Network or Zodiac or Gong, or even things like Girl with Dragon Tattoo.
Dragon Tattoo. You know,
yeah,
it's
you know, his passion project movies so far have been Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Mank, and The Killer. There's an argument to make that there is three. I haven't seen The Killer, but they're two of his weaker movies.
Yeah, it's. We'll see what you think when you're able to get to it. It just. Also, I mean, the film has chapters in it, and it's a bit. I'd like, okay, chapter 1, cool. Fuck me, this chapter's been going on for a bit. Let's get to another. And the thing is, chapter 1 goes on for a bit.
Like they forgot they were doing chapters and so added loads in at the end.
Well, no, and it's a long section. But saying all this, there is a sequence with Tilda Swinton, which is fucking brilliant. There's a conversation that they have, which is just. It's the killer talking to someone. Thank fuck for that. Right. Because there's a lot of internal monologue, which apparently the graphic novel is as well. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it now. We'll get into it. But yeah, I was disappointed. There's gold in there, but not nearly enough. And my boy Warlock from Top Gun Maverick, Charles Parnell, is barely in it. And I was really disappointed by that as well. Basically, there is nobody in the film all that much apart from Michael Fassbender and then for one extended scene, Tilda Swinton. And it's a lot of Fassbender talking to himself. Just set expectations.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it as it being because it's a new Fincher, and also a little bit, the more I hear about it, the more I'm a bit like, oh.
Some people fucking love it. That's the thing. So I am a bit like, am I missing something here? But at the same time, there's also enough people going, essentially, no, you're not missing something, that I don't necessarily feel like I'm against the grain. Even though I will say, the Big Picture podcast, I really, really like it. The co-host on there, Amanda Dobbins, said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, if you don't like The Killer, then what are you doing watching movies? Like she and the co-host Sean Fennessy, they're very, very big on The Killer, and it is. I feel like the people who are very big on The Killer are going to be very annoying about how very big on The Killer they are.
Yeah, fair. Well, yeah. What is it? It's out on.
It's a week Friday. It's on Netflix.
All right, cool. Oh, what long will it? We'll find out in a fortnight.
Yeah, and that's me.
Becky, what have you been up to?
How have I been?
First.
Okay, so we watched that together, didn't we? On my own, I have watched, obviously, Trick or Treat in the run up to Halloween. You gotta, it's the law. So I did. Trick or Treat's fucking great. And I love the way that it comes back around on itself as well at the end. The end is the beginning, then everything else that's happened in between. Sam's suitably spooky as a little tie together. And yeah, I think Anna Paquin in werewolf makeup, that should just be her look. That's her best aesthetic. I also watched Muppets Haunted Mansion, which makes it a grand total of 3 Haunted Mansion movies I've watched this year. And I love that.
How many Haunted Mansion movies are there? Because I think you need to finish the set now. I'm going to find out what you're talking about. It.
Okay.
Does it contain the best Muppet?
It does indeed. He is essentially like one of the lead characters.
What?
Yeah.
Is it?
Pepe the Prawn and...
Pepe the Prawn is the lead character in Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, and what's his name? Gonzo.
Fuck off that prick.
Yeah, they're the main two that are in the Haunted
Oh,
Mansion.
I might watch them.
I'll go for it. It's good. It's good fun. All Muppet movies are good, and all movies are made better by Muppets. There is no argument there. That is just, it is what it is.
Schindler's List.
I'd watch a Muppet version.
I mean,
I think it would make it
I think
more
we all would.
I think it'd make it more accessible for people, and people would learn a thing or two. I think Muppets should be added to all movies. No?
I mean, that told me. Fair enough. Move on.
You know, it's a real serious movie. Everyone's like, oh, it seems a bit eat your vegetables, but then, you know, Pepper the King Prawn's there. Rolf's playing piano. Everyone's having a nice time. So anyway, yeah.
I feel like I might get shit for that, especially at the moment. I'm sorry.
You can cut that out if you want.
I'm
not specifically.
I'm not going to remember to. I didn't mean to offend anyone, and I apologise.
Did you watch the Eddie Murphy one?
I watched the Eddie Murphy.
Did you watch all of the Haunted Mansion movies?
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, do you know which one the best one is?
The Muppet one.
The Muppet one.
Because of Pepper the King Prawn.
Yeah. Oh, it's just honestly really genuinely good fun. I wanted to watch like a horror movie because it was in the run into Halloween, but I didn't. I wanted to watch like a kiddie movie as well. So yeah, it ticked both boxes. I also watched Boo. I fucking love Boo.
A Medea Halloween?
No, the 2005 one that's set in a mental hospital. Any horror film is again made better. Oh my god, a horror film set in a mental hospital with Muppets. It's the perfect formula.
It's from the guy who directed Sharknado.
Sharknado it is, yeah. The two main female cast are from Sharknado.
They are as well, yeah. It's a lot earlier than Sharknado, yeah.
It's just really good.
It's quite grim, Boo, actually, isn't it? It's
really
quite, good. I remember it being quite grim.
Yeah.
So another one we used to watch quite often, a little bit drunk, coming home with a takeaway, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. People like once they're possessed, if they like get any impact on them, bits of them just fall off. It's great. It's a great time for them. I also watched Ghost Ship.
It's a great time for them. Sorry. That's great.
Gosh, you've gone for it, Bex.
I watched Ghost Ship after Boo. I stayed up quite late that night.
I thought you came to bed quite late. I thought Boo's only like fucking 90 minutes long.
Yeah. Ghost Ship adds quite a significant chunk to that time. If you watch a whole other movie.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a whole other movie. So you watch Ghost Ship and Boo back to back.
Yeah, Boo first.
That's almost a Killers of the Flower Moon. Genuinely.
More fun though.
There's like an extra 40 minutes on top of that.
Jesus Christ. Much more fun than Killers of the Flower Moon though. I stand by Ghost Ship. I stand by my love of Ghost Ship. It is fucking great. And that scene where everyone gets their heads chopped in half at the beginning is
With Emily Browning.
Huh?
With Emily Browning.
Yeah.
Oh, she must have been wee then.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she doesn't die, you see. Everyone else gets chopped in half. Have you seen this film?
Yeah, sorry. It's just I have like really, really drunk, and it was Donna and I were watching something else, and I can't remember what it was. And then she fucking fell asleep because like wine. Then she wakes up in Ghost Ship, like that I'm watching Ghost Ship, and she was just like, no, it was the Black Dahlia. We watched the Black Dahlia and then Ghost Ship, and then she was just like, well, this is taking a turn.
Yeah, totally quite different movies. Again, though, someone gets chopped in half in Black Dahlia.
Someone does get chopped in half in Black Dahlia, yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I stand by it, and it does the spooky shit really well.
What, having a ship in your film?
I mean, other stuff as well. That bit where that lady's singing and he's following her voice and it's all echoey and shit, that is like spine tingly, kind of like, oh, this is a bit spooky, don't like this.
Not as scary as the big ship, isn't it?
Oh, shut up about shit. And then last one I watched on my own was Hubie Halloween.
Solid. Why did you watch that by yourself? Mark would have happily have watched that with
No,
you.
because I've suggested it a
No,
few
you
times
suggested
over the
once
course of
out of Halloween.
No, I've suggested it quite a few times over the course of October, and you were like, about it. And then it was Halloween last night. So after today, really today was too late. But after
Bex.
today would definitely have been too late.
Bex, do that again. What was he like?
That was definitely what he was like. So yeah, so fuck you, Mark.
So you queued me Halloween when I went to bed last night?
No, I did it today.
Today? All right, fair enough.
No, yeah, it was last night.
Last night, yeah.
Oh no, today was fucking Pain Hustlers.
Yeah, so you queued me Halloween when I went to bed last night?
Yeah.
That's what you decided to watch?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Not as much as when I first watched it. It's not. I think part of why I liked it so much when we watched it when it came out was because I was surprised because it looked shit. I don't really like Adam Sandler movies. I don't like him when he does his whole I'm going to pretend to be a bit special thing because I find it's just a bit icky. So I was surprised by how good it was, but it's still really good. It is really good, and like the thermos just it's a classic movie prop. It will go down in the annals of history. It's looking great.
Fair play.
Just really good fun. I enjoyed some bits of it more this time than last time, and then there's vice versa bits as well. Like the bit with the reveal about who's actually doing the killing wasn't as like good this time because you knew it already, I guess. But then other bits like the other characters that were in it, her kids and things like that were better. So yeah, really enjoyed it. A little week of film watching.
So what do we watch together then, Bex?
Okay, we also watched. This was very exciting. The Return of the Living Dead.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
The day before Halloween, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd forgotten. Like I knew I liked it, but I thought part of why I liked it was because it was shit. Do you know one of those ones that you're like, yeah, it's a bit of shit, but it's really good fun. It's not shit at all.
No,
it's a really good movie.
It's a really fun. It's just a good fun horror comedy.
I feel like this is what all other horror comedies are trying to achieve.
A lot of the time, yeah.
It's just really good. The characters, they're in a lot of horror comedies, and especially since the fucking what is it, Not Another Teen Movie?
Yeah.
Kind of fucking shit ones. The kind of ones that like just make you think, well, everyone just needs to give up now. Humanity is lost. But those kind of crap ones, they don't have any respect for the characters. Like they're doing it in a mean-spirited way.
Yeah.
Whereas this is gently adding comedy into the genre.
Yeah, it's a horror film before it's a comedy film.
Yeah. Whereas they're just taking the piss out of it because they think they're above it.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck you. Return of the Living Dead's great. Go away.
Yeah.
A lot of nudity.
There is a lot of Linnea Quigley nude.
Yeah. A lot of gore.
Good amount of gore. It's all the things you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Boobs and gore.
There's sequels to these movies.
Yeah, there is. We watched them all once, you remember, a few years ago.
Did we?
Well, about 10 years ago, yeah. There's even one at a rave.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was reading about like the next one though, and there's like a fair amount of the same cast in it, just playing different characters.
Yeah.
Is it like an Evil Dead type?
Yeah, the second one is. And then, second one is Return of the Living Dead Part 2, the Return of the Living Dead 3, Return of the Living Dead Necropolis, and Return of the Living Dead Rave to the Grave.
Rave to the Grave.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see some Return of the Living Dead movies in our future. Beautiful. So we also watched. So we also watched, the end of, so we might as well get this one out of the way, Crazy Stupid Love.
We did watch the end of Crazy Stupid Love that we started watching last Tuesday, didn't we?
Yes. A lot better than I remember it being, actually.
I'm a huge fan of this movie. I think it's great.
Yeah, I don't really like Steve Carell in things. Or I think I don't like Steve Carell in things. And I watch Steve Carell in things and go, do you know, he's not that bad.
I don't like Steve Carell in things. In what way do you like him then?
I like him in some things, and then no, but then I think realistically, I think I don't like him in things because I don't like The American Office. And whereas in actual films, because is it him that's in Evan Almighty?
I think you're supposed to whisper that.
Why?
I think you're supposed to whisper that you don't like the American Office. It's like a crime to not like it.
Is it?
I don't like it either. I don't
like the British one.
No, me neither.
I think it's a shit concept.
I do. It's boring.
Anyway, is it him that's in Evan Almighty?
Yes.
I really fucking like that.
Yeah.
And I really liked that one with the little figurines as well.
You're the one person like woke up a
Yeah, I know. So maybe I'm just lying. I do find it weird though that I was looking at him in some shots in this and going, Steve Carell's actually quite hot. And I'm like, oh no, I'm just getting old.
No,
Steve Carell's hot to me now when
worked.
he wasn't when it came out because I'm 12 years older, 13 years older, whatever the fuck it is.
12 years older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes me sad. But it also offers, like, opens up a load of extra thirst traps to me. So it's fun. What else? We also watched Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Yeah. The Lost World.
Nice.
Jurassic Park.
Should be Jurassic Park, The Lost World now.
No. I mean, yeah, probably, but yeah. The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
The Lost World, a Jurassic Park joint.
It basically is the Lost World, but they had to add the Jurassic Park in so people just would go and see it.
Yeah. Again, better than I remembered. I thought all the sequels were just shit.
I actually really enjoyed The Lost World.
Yeah. Had a really good time with it.
Yeah. I was a little bit like, it's not that lost really, is it?
No, it's actually
The
just
new
next
was there
door.
all the time.
It's next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this is when Jeff Goldblum was at the height of his powers as well, like the early Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
Of just like rakish hotness. Julianne Moore was very annoying in this movie though. Her character was really annoying. Pete Postlethwaite was a dick. He was meant to be a dick.
Yeah.
He's really good as a dick though, isn't he?
Like the way he just fucks off at the end as well.
Yeah.
How can I jump for you? Nope. Just walks away.
Yeah. He knows where it's at. He knows what he wanted. He got it and then he got out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Julianne Moore character just like fucking leaping around everywhere and getting everyone into peril was very, very irritating.
Yeah, but Julianne Moore, wasn't it?
Yeah, she doesn't hold the same kind of thrall over me as she does you.
Well, fuck you.
And then the last one we watched together, we watched
In a key party, you can have fucking Carell or Julianne Moore.
Fair, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yes.
On Halloween night.
Starring.
Whilst sitting there with a big bowl full of candy after getting no trick-or-treaters because we forgot that.
Or as Payne Hustlers called it, movie salad.
What?
In Payne Hustlers, when she makes the popcorn and pours all the other bits into it, she refers to it movie salad.
Yeah, no, that is,
which I thought, that's
pretty
bit. Fucking good, actually, that.
Yeah, that is the one good bit. No, because he didn't have any popcorn, so there wasn't any leaves. Yeah, so we forgot, didn't we, that our village has a rule that if you don't have a pumpkin lit outside your door, you don't get bothered by trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, forgot about that.
So we
got all of the sweets for the trick-or-treat, had the bowl ready and everything to go, but forgot that we were supposed to have a pumpkin outside the thing.
Yeah, so we just had loads of sweets.
Yeah, we still had a big old bowl of sweets.
So, Halloween 3.
I love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Unashamedly love this movie.
It is, yeah. I
And
do
the
kind
fact
of wish they continued with
the fact it's got such a bleak ending.
So bleak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so bleak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, starring handsome, rugged, versatile and charismatic character actor Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
It's just fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Do you know what they're like? I was watching it and there's some quite like raunchy stuff going on in there, and it's not very like now if you watched if a man was sucking on a lady's titty in a movie,
Yeah.
you wouldn't see any of that.
Nope.
His head would be in the way.
No.
It's right in there.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah. But it's Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
Of course it happens. I love the fact that he literally just he's on the phone with his wife saying, no, there's something come up, I've got to go, it's really boring, I can't take the kids. no, I'll take him trick-or-treating. Oh, I'll see you Monday. In spite of the fact that he knows that Halloween is Sunday, so he can't take him trick-or-treating. Then puts the phone down, grabs a six-pack of beer, and fucks off with a random girl that he's just met.
Yeah.
What a guy.
The bit where it's like, well, where do you want to sleep? And he's like, well, that's a dumb question.
And you're like, fuck, it's a dumb question.
It's a really dumb question.
Ah, what a picture.
It's so good. And it's like, it's quite a rich story as well. Like, it's bonkers and it makes no fucking sense.
Oh, yeah.
But it's worked hard to build a mythology there.
What are you talking about? Of course, those are bits of Stonehenge in those masks.
I love the fact that they explain it away by him just going, it was quite hard to get, you know. And it just walks off like, why don't you fucking tell us how you got it?
Yeah.
Fair play movie.
Yeah.
Great set as well. The set that is where the big bit of Stonehenge, and there's just those guys constantly just chipping away at bits of it.
Yeah.
Oh, great fucking film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
You done? Cool. Right. So I watched 4 movies on my own.
You watched loads.
I watched all those movies with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched. I'm the one person who has rewatched the 2008 Daniel Craig film Defiance.
Mm.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking right, Mark.
What?
Defiance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bleak movie, this. It's a real bleak fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it basically, it's set in Eastern Europe, and it's about a lot of Jewish people who essentially have to live in the forests of Belarusia, because they've been driven out of their towns by Nazis. And it's based around a true settlement that formed from Tuval Belsky, who's played by Daniel Craig, and his brothers played by Lee Schreiber and Jamie Bell. And actually, a young George McKay plays the youngest brother. So, you know, when someone shows up in a film and you're actually going, fucking hell, I recognise that kid. Why do I recognise that kid? And then I had to look at who it was and I was like, holy shit, it's George McKay. The thing is about Defiance is it's a very poignant story. The story of it is it's very serious and it's quite heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But the problem is the movie is also very serious to the point of where you're there going, oh, I know it's very serious, but this is very serious. And there's a lot of accents and a lot of quotes.
Like good quotes.
There's some really nice quotes in it, yeah.
Like Blade Runner level or?
Not quite Blade Runner level, but you are watching it going, that's a fucking really nice quote. I mean, it's not, it made it worth being driven out of your town and live in the forest for several years kind of quote. But it is a nice quote.
It makes it worth watching the vegetable movie?
It's a lot of beats.
Yeah.
It's a lot of beats.
Fair.
It's a very well made, very well intentioned movie that is just a little bit too melodramatic at points.
I'm going to ask you a really serious question now, though, Mark.
What?
Would it have benefited from a Muppet?
Yeah, it really would have. It really would have if at some point when Lee Schreiber has told fucking Daniel Craig, no more, we can take no more. If he went off to do something and then a bunch more people came in and each went, I know, I said no more. And one of them was just Pepe the King Prawn at the back going, hey guys! That you would have gone, fuck, this is taking a turn.
That was quite good. Even the cat was impressed by that impression.
Back in Pepe the King Prawn is my boy.
It's your boy.
It's
your Disney app.
He is my Disney app avatar, yeah, because he's one of the greatest characters that's ever been committed to anything. I also rewatched, because I know you're not a big fan of this.
This would definitely benefit from a Muppet.
I mean, it would, yeah. You're right.
Playing the, Javier Bardem character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably would.
Oh my god, I want that movie so badly.
Yeah. So No Country for Old Men.
Boring, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not boring. It's a really weird film. In the sense that the film itself isn't weird, but I was watching it going.
But the Muppet that plays Javier Bardem has to still have that weird bob haircut that he's got.
That's it. It's a very, very good film, and it's a weirdly paced, low energy, but oddly energetic movie. Which is I know it's a complete contradiction there, but honestly, that's the kind of energy that it has. It's a really odd duck of a movie. The bit that brings it down the most is its main character, Josh Brolin, is probably the least interesting character in it.
Mm.
But then the Coen Brothers, and spoiler for a fucking Oscar-winning movie from like 16 years ago, but the fact that he gets killed off like a good 25 minutes before the end.
Yeah.
And like he's killed off screen.
Off screen, yeah.
And it just can happen. And you're there going. And I remember when I first watched it in a cinema, I thought I'd missed something. I genuinely, when it happened, I was like, did I fall asleep or something? Because it literally, it's almost like, and it's purposeful. But it's almost like a missed scene. And it's because the Coen Brothers have said, what we wanted to do is, we wanted to basically go, oh, so did you think this was his film? No, it's not. It's Tommy Lee Jones's film.
Mm-hmm.
And but I was surprised at rewatching it, how long a period Tommy Lee Jones just isn't in the movie for. And oddly, like a lot of people would say that No Country for Old Men is more kind of, it's most akin to something like Fargo or even Blood Simple in the Coen Brothers canon. There, I think it's more just a much more serious version of something like Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a psychopath tracking down what is seen as your main character. It's a really odd film. I really enjoyed it, and its better bits are when it is literally just two people sat talking. It's a really great script for it. But yeah, but also as well the close up of Javier Bardem's face when he's strangling a guy on the floor, and it's close up in his face, and he's got this manic look of kind of effort and glee in his face. He's really good. And then the ending of kind of Donald literally just calling him on his bullshit.
Yeah.
With the coin flip, is really good. And then there's a lot of, well, does he kill her or doesn't he kill her? Well, yeah, he does. He does. Because he checks his boots to see if he's stepped in any blood when he's left. But yeah, I enjoyed my rewatch of it. Also, we watched, because we mentioned it, I think in passing, on a podcast a couple of weeks ago. We mentioned the film State of Play, and I can't remember why we mentioned it, but we did. So I rewatched State of Play.
Yeah.
Yeah. State of Play is really fucking good. It's just a really good grown up thriller.
Yeah.
That, people often say, well, we don't get these type of movies anymore. We do. We just don't get them as often as we used to.
Mm.
And even in 2009, when this came out, we didn't get them as often as we used to.
Had, yeah.
These used to be tentpole movies, and they're not now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Russell Crowe being just really charismatic without being overtly charismatic. it's one of his best performances, I genuinely think.
Yeah.
And there's a, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Russell Crowe, our friend, but we do. And as well, it's fun in the sense that at the time, because the character has a little bit of a pop at Rachel McAdams' character, because she's a political blogger. And so there's a little bit of that. But now you're watching it 14 years down the line, where political blogging doesn't exist anymore. It's more that the political reporting exists online more than it exists within print.
Yeah.
And so, whereas, you know, when you watch it there, you're supposed to look at them a little bit and go, come on, you need to catch up with times. A lot of the points that he's making in this movie about why he doesn't agree with the idea of blogging, as it was to be seen.
Yeah.
A lot of that now, you look at going, do you know what? No, he was actually right.
Yeah.
He was right. The fact that you've sped up journalism means that investigative journalism is no longer, you've made it not the norm, and you've made it easier for people to be bunny ears on a podcast journalists.
Yeah. Unqualified.
And that all you're getting now isn't journalists. And even if she says at one point in the film, you won't get journalists, you'll just get mouthpieces.
Yeah.
And it's kind of quite prescient in that, in the script. Everybody is great in it, apart from there is one thing that is just, oh, that's a big mistake. So the editor of the newspaper is played by Helen Mirren.
Yes.
And she's good in it, but the script just has her constantly saying very British isms.
Right.
Brian.
Sorry, the dog's here.
All right.
She's having a great time. Sorry.
So there's a lot of Britishisms, like she'll call people wankers, and she'll say stuff like, "Oh, you're having me on," and it's just you watch it going, "You're actually British. You know we don't say these things." And hang on a minute, the director.
I don't know. We do say wanker.
But it's the way she says it. It's like the director is British. He knows we don't say these things. And it's just,
what is she like? Oh, you're having me on.
No, she's from proper London. She talks like that. And
Right, you fucking wanker. You're having me on.
Yeah, it's just a little bit like there's so many just like fake Britishisms, and it's a little bit annoying. Jason Bateman plays the most Jason Bateman of characters ever.
I fucking can't.
She does almost say that at one point. And then to round off the quite, mature stuff that I've been watching this week.
Yeah.
I rewatched That's My Boy.
Oh, she did.
Sorry, what did you watch this week?
What the point is it?
I'm going to take a moral high ground for once.
No, you can't have it.
Yeah, I rewatched That's My Boy. Fuck it, I like That's My Boy. It's a fun film. It's problematic as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's a fun film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I can't comment.
It's the outright fun bit of having the teacher that he bangs when he's a pupil be played by Eva Amori, and then her older self be played by Susan Sarandon is just a great idea. It's a I see what you've done there. Well played. Well played. Yeah. I didn't even sound it. That guy. The Milo Betamiglia, whatever his name is. Is it being right? It's in the right vicinity.
You were in the neighbourhood, yeah.
I was in the neighbourhood.
Yeah.
I'll take that. When he decides to have a wrestling match with Andy Samberg, and he's punching himself in the crotch. So just saying, "Oh, you got to wake him up," and Andy Samberg's going, "Why? What do you have wake him up for? It's a great scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take your word for that.
Well, fuck you. I think it's a good film.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than
Is that like
Defiance.
Candy's,
It's better than Defiance.
Wow. Fair.
It's not as good as, like, other two series movies that I watched this week, but it's probably better than Defiance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we've got another movie to review. Just remembered. Right. This one.
And what a treat it is.
Five Nights at Freddy's is directed by Emma Tammy, who is now rolling in the fucking Benjamins because of it. Well played.
What?
So she turned down a larger fee, took a smaller fee, and then took
Really?
a percentage of the box office.
Oh, good for her. You get fucking paid. That's great.
She took points, but not on profit, just on box office.
Nice.
Well fucking played.
Oh, she's smart.
Yep. So yeah, someone said apparently it is like she took like 3.5%. So she'll get about 4 or 5 million quid out of it.
Nice.
Well played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie has done better than The Exorcist, the beginning. because
Rules.
Emma Tammy
Rules.
isn't a
Sorry.
fucking coward like David Gordon Green. A troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. During his first night on the job, he realizes that the night shift won't be so easy to get through. Pretty soon, he will unveil what actually happened at Freddy's. Not really what it's about. IMDb there. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. What did I say to you, Vex, after it?
It should have been 3.
It'd have been better if it only went for 3 nights. Ian, Five Nights at Freddy's. What do you reckon? Oh, by the way, it has people in it. So it has Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, and oh my God, that's where Mary Stuart Mattison's been.
Yep. So, right, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not good, but I like it more for how much it's winding people up.
Yeah.
This film is not for us, necessarily. It is not a horror film for people in their 30s and 40s and 50s and whatnot who've grown up on years and years and years and years of horror and are waiting for the next big thing, like the next big thing to traumatize us. It's not the latest A24 horror, even though it is about generational trauma.
Yeah.
So it's got that. But this is based on a video game that was about jump scares. Kids have been growing up on these games and they've been having a great time going to the cinema and catching all the fucking Easter eggs and whatnot. Apparently the end credits song is literally just a song written by a fan, and you can probably fucking tell. And good on him. Yes, okay, this is absolutely a money-making machine, but Scott Cawthon, the guy who made the game, held on to the rights for this for fucking years because he was like, no, I'm going to make it my way. He's got a story by and screenplay credit on this, and for sure, that any other studio that was trying to get it were like, yeah, but does it have to be like kids who have been killed by the guy and are now like possessing the animatronic thing? It wouldn't have been that. This is weirdly quite a distilled, pure vision by that guy who was an indie video game developer, who now is like partially responsible for one of the surprise hit of the year. We'll get to the film is too long, I wish there were more scares. I wish there were more gore and whatnot. It is not. It's a gateway horror film. If it's a film that gets 12, 13-year-olds watching it and going, maybe I'll try some of the harder stuff, then ace. Sorry, because it's just a bit of a reaction to the reaction online, but people who are like, this isn't horror, this is shit, fuck off. It's not for us.
I totally agree with you. It is absolutely a horror film, but it's a PG-13 horror film, and they're allowed to exist.
Yeah, there's zero problem with. There is zero problem with that whatsoever. They made this film to the rating. Fair play to the director as well. She was like, there is no director's cut. This is my cut.
Yep.
Good for you. You fucking stand by that. It's a film for young adults. That's fine. That's fine.
Yep.
It's not great. It is definitely too long, but it's fine. What do you guys think of it?
Bex, what do you think? Apart from the fact that it's not as good as Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, it's not, is it?
No.
Well, it's good. I like the fact that it's got, like, Willy's Wonderland, there's not much
Story?
No,
it's just about a guy who's cleaning out a wonderland.
Yeah, but you do get a bit of background as to why the animatronics are the way they are, but I think you get more with this. I like the fact that the animatronics are actual physical puppets rather than effects as well. From the Jim Henson guys, but it does make it feel more. It makes it feel more low budget, which somewhere like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of place like that would be.
Yeah.
It doesn't look glossy. It looks tactile, like you could reach out and grab it.
With them.
Yeah. I liked it. I really fucking liked it. I think it's a good story. I think Josh Hutcherson is good in it. I did, like, at the start, I was going to be like, no. He's not old enough to be a father of a child.
I mean, he is.
He probably is, but, like, I'm glad that he wasn't, and it was, like, his sister, even though he quite feasibly could be a dad.
I was thinking, I know he's old enough to have fathered a child, but no. You shouldn't be playing a dad. And then when it's at that, it's just fair enough.
But it's the same as the Zac Efron Firestarter thing, isn't it? Like, we've watched him since High School Musical, and it's like, no, I don't like to see him as a dad. No grown-up roles for you.
Yeah, the thing that the one thing I would say about that though is a little bit like, hang on a minute, the trauma caused of your brother going missing, wrecked your family, but years later they had another child.
Well, she was already born.
No, she can't have been.
She was.
Then the timeline doesn't make sense.
No, probably not. He's probably meant to be younger than he actually is. I'm sure she's born.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah, she was not irritating in it, which I was quite surprised about. I don't like kids in movies. She was less irritating than she could have been.
I thought she was quite irritating.
Yeah, all round, really liked it. Could it have done to have been a bit more bitey? Yeah, it could have for us. But if it's not for us, and if the games are like that, then I don't know how to play them.
And it's I just cannot stress. I just again want to revisit how fucking funny it is that this is made more than The Exorcist Believer has done to date. Like, it is hilarious. Like, I don't necessarily want it to be like the herald for, all right, we're going to find a bunch of other indie games and make cheap horror films out of them. I think there's a cultural thing with Five Nights at Freddy's that it's tapped into, and fair play. I love the idea of 12, 13-year-olds going to this and having a fucking great time.
Yeah.
Which apparently they have. It got cinema score in the US. It got an A-. That's really difficult for a horror film,
Yeah.
but it's because the intended audience are really enjoying it. And yeah, so that's wonderful. And David Gordon Green.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
I mean, because how much did Talk to Me make?
I mean, it did 10 million opening weekend. I remember that because that was quite a big deal.
There's 9 games in this game franchise.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, the thing is,
Wow.
Five Nights at Freddy's might go on to be how much did Saw do? It might go on to be like the biggest grossing horror film of this year. At the moment, because it is there at the moment. I think it is the biggest grossing horror movie of this year.
That's beautiful, though, isn't it?
And do you know what? I thought it was way too long. I thought it wasn't. There weren't enough. There wasn't enough Freddys in it. The animatronics weren't in it that much.
They're not all called Freddy.
I know, but Binky and Ted and I don't know.
So what you're saying is you didn't pay
Fair
attention,
said.
and as such didn't enjoy it as much.
No, it's too long. It's so long.
Oh, you need to stop beating that drum on every movie.
No, but this is it's an hour 50 for what should be a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
It'd been tighter because we don't need to see that many times him going into his dream world and chasing things.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It got boring. I was looking going, you're whining. You're really whining.
Wow.
You're whining, and yeah, it was your fault. Is what I got to the point of with it. But again, I think I am happy that it's done well because there's a lot of fans of the games, and I thought that when I first saw that they made this movie and saw the first teaser trailer, I thought, well, that's going to make $8 million and never produce a single sequel. Whereas now with this, it's pretty much locked in to get at least one sequel. And Matthew Lillard has come out and said he signed on for 3 movies.
Yeah, there's 3 written, I think they've said.
He signed on for 3 movies.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard is signed on for 3 movies.
Yeah.
Good for Matthew Lillard. All right, but he must only be in one of those animatronic costumes at the end for the whole thing.
But yeah, I like the fact that Matthew Lillard is going to be probably not next year, the year after. He's probably going to be in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The new Mike Flanagan film, and let's face it, they're going to bring him back in a Scream.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Definitely.
So yeah, we're gonna see the rise of Lillard. Just bring back, do another 13 Ghosts.
I'm here for it. Oh god, watch the fuck out of that.
Do another 13 Ghosts. I'm touching cloth on it because I do think it's a bit shit, but I don't think it's outright shit. I like the carpet. The carpet.
She did
At the pizza place.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm definitely not shit on it. I really enjoyed it. Really good time. It does what it set out to do. Whether what it set out to do is what other people wanted it to be doing, fuck those people.
I also like that they in the training video that he watched, they said at Freddy's Fun Bar, we believe in 2 things: family entertainment and animatronics. I'm thinking, so not pizza. Not you're a pizza place that doesn't that pizza is what at the very best 3rd on your list of things.
Yeah.
Not cool that. I go to a pizza place, I want pizza to be realistically number 1.
It's a family fun place.
Pizza's 3rd, maybe.
People are going there for that, Mark.
Well, clearly. And you know what? The pizza was better. Might not have closed down. People might have gone, do you know what? Yeah, those fucking kids did go missing there, but fuck me. That is a banging pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd have forgiven them for it. What?
Paul's got another Halloween costume.
Fair play. What's everyone else on it?
Definitely.
Yeah, look, definitely not shit, man. I mean, it's, there's a couple of good, it doesn't necessarily show it, but the idea of someone being trapped in that shit is unnerving, and I think they build that quite well. Like the Saw-esque kind of shit that is happening in parts of it, decent. I couldn't necessarily tell you where the plot was going to go. I knew Matthew Lillard was going to pop up at some point, but in that fucking costume, I'll be honest, that wasn't coming to me as a thought.
I very much turned out Becky and went, oh, he's the bad fucker.
yeah, like he's the wrong one, but I thought he was just going to step out of the shadows at some point.
Oh, yeah, the actual costume, yeah, that was pretty fucking cool, to be fair.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just love the fact that Matthew Lillard's got a fucking free picture deal for Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's fucking good, isn't it?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, definitely not shit. Very, very funny that people are getting so wound up by it.
Yeah.
It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Don't worry about it. You can still have your prestige horror. Let kids enjoy themselves.
Move on with your day.
Yeah. Bex?
I've already said twice.
Shit, sorry. Our audience poll, definitely not shit 30%, touching cloth 30%, shit 40%. That was the Twitter one. And our Instagram one was shit 100%. I'll go to Twitter questions first, and then I'll go to Insta questions after that. Burnser, inspired by the owner of this site calling Rick Deckard Blade Runner, which character do you think should be named after the title of their film? I'm going Brad Pitt as Detective 7.
Willard Apocalypse Now.
I mean, it's Die Hard, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Die Hard, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Die Hard's the answer.
Yeah, Die Hard is the answer.
Yeah.
See, also to a lesser extent, Hard Target.
Yeah.
It you guys see the fucking thing that someone put up on Twitter after, where it was like
zoom in. That's it. And it was called Rick Blade Runner.
Rick Blade Runner. That's great.
Yes.
The thing is, Elon Musk did that at like 3 a.m, just high on whatever the fuck he does, and just tweeted that with like a cold sweat, probably naked, like banging some bongos or something.
Yeah, fucking just God. Rick Kidd, given yesterday's Halloween, which horror movie's antagonist would you least like to face?
Which horror movie antagonist would I least like to face?
Yeah.
Don't think I can be up against that clown in those movies that I watched recently.
Terrifier.
Yeah, I can't remember what he's called.
Clown Ed.
He's not called Clownhead.
Grimes.
Sure.
The
clown, yeah, no, Art the Clown can fuck off. Also Pennywise. In fact, all clowns.
Ian?
Gage Judd out of Pet Sematary. Slicing up people's fucking, what's it? Arteries on the back of their ankles. What are they called? Achilles artery?
Achilles.
Sure. That. Achilles tendon, that's the one. Yeah, he can fuck off as well. Sorry, Ian, go on.
Oh, good. That him out of Sliver, who fucking just like pumps all those wormy things into people.
Oh god, yeah, he's a prick.
That is a film that, like, watched once, thankfully don't remember a lot of it, will never watch again.
Yeah, you just reminded me of that. Yeah.
Nasty little fucking film is Sliver. Like, it's a horror comedy, but it's fucking
It's gnarly, isn't it?
We saying Sliver or Slither?
Slither.
Slither.
Yeah.
James Gunn wrote it.
Did he not direct it?
Did he direct it as well?
I think he might have.
I don't want it on my Google search so someone else can look it up.
I'm looking now.
With Nathan Fillion in it?
Yes. Yeah, James Gunn written and directed by the Banks as well.
Okay.
Oh, I really like that movie. Is that on anything?
No. It's grim. Who would I not like to face? Don't know. They all have their weaknesses, don't they?
Anyone female and kind of a bitch, probably, because you'd just give in and end up dying.
It sounds like a fucking great time. Let's go. Yeah, probably right on that one.
Yeah.
Leatherface, because I bet he stinks. And bad smells bother me, don't they? I bet he fucking reeks.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have some.
Oh, what's her name out of Misery as well? Kathy Bates' character out of Misery. You can't argue with crazy.
We do have some Insta questions as well. Sorry, pause. Signal back. Plug a phone in.
Sorry, guys.
Brad says, if you could have any director make a film in a genre they have yet to tackle, who and what would it be? And why is the answer Steven Spielberg doing a Western? It's not, Brad. I'd also accept Paul Levinsky doing a musical.
David Lynch doing a kids movie.
I feel like you can't have Lynch for this.
Why?
I just feel like you can't.
Why?
I think the answer is David Ayer doing a movie about a beekeeper.
Sure.
Steve McQueen doing an action film. I want to see it.
Ooh.
Widows wasn't an action film.
Yeah, it's like a full-blown, like, fucking Point Break-esque action film.
Like, Steve McQueen needs to have a think about beekeepers.
Beekeepers too.
Yep,
Studio
that'll do.
Ghibli, specifically Hayao Miyazaki, making a horror movie, the most beautifully animated horror movie you ever did see.
Oh, that's a fucking good answer, that. Animated. Oh, that's a good answer. That might be the answer. That might be the answer, Brad.
The backgrounds would be beautiful.
They would be, yeah. I was thinking about this earlier. It was really wrecking my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I basically said to myself, I can't allow myself certain like directors.
Why?
Because some just feel a little bit too obvious. But I'd like to watch. I'd like to see somebody like. I'd like to see, for instance, like John Carpenter do a rom-com, but just an outright fucking rom-com. Because he's hinted at rom-coms within things like Big Trouble. Within that. But just do an outright fucking rom-com. Everybody who's not made a rom-com should make a rom-com.
I mean, a John Carpenter rom-com would be undoubtedly good, but it would be a waste of his talents because rom-coms are just blur.
No, they're not. You're an idiot. But like when Lynch made a rom-com, we got Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
Which is just a wonderful thing. You know.
I'm going to do a Carpenter retrospect, I've decided.
But like somebody like that just doing a rom-com would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we do have one more question, which I need to reopen Instagram for, because it's there. Dylan Black Lantern says, who would you like to see? Who do you want to see have a bash at acting? Can be a director or just any public figure at all. Somebody bash at acting.
The Honey Badger, Danny Ricciardo in a comedy, which is I don't know. I know that Formula One is relatively niche in the audience that listens to this, but the dude's fucking naturally funny, and I think he could do a really good job.
Australian, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who wants to take a bash at acting?
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, but
oh, how very dry.
I know, right?
Um,
God, I don't know.
Somebody to go bash at acting.
Honest, I know this sounds silly. Liam Gallagher is charismatic as fuck.
That's actually a good answer, yeah.
I feel like he could
it,
maybe do something.
Yeah, in like a like I don't know, if you made like a movie about Britpop, for instance, and you cast him not as Liam Gallagher, but as some like fucking record exec or something like that, I reckon he'd do a really fucking fun job at that.
Yeah.
That's a good yeah, that's a good answer. David Albert had a crack at it in Face.
Face.
Yeah. He was decent, actually. Yeah. The Appleton sisters did that movie directed by, what's his name from Eurythmics?
Honest?
Honest, yeah.
One of them got their boobs out.
Yeah, Nicole got her boobs out.
Yeah.
I saw it at the cinema.
Of course you did.
Well, I did. Saw Face at the cinema as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we covering next week, Ian?
Well,
I mean, if we're going with Britpop people that have got actually a decent kind of charisma and would probably have a good screen presence, Brett Anderson.
Brett Anderson would be in an A24 movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. It'd have to be some kind of Slender Man character though, because he's real tall and thin.
It would be. It'd be a real fucking think piecey. It'd be like fucking. It would be like Herzogian.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I probably would. Let's be fair. Yeah, sorry. What are we covering next week? Apart from Sly documentary.
Next week is a little bit low on the ground, but yeah, Sly.
Is it Sly?
I think it's Sly. On it. Sorry.
And Bottoms.
What the fuck is Bottoms?
Oh yeah, Bottoms. Yeah, we could do Bottoms. Yeah, cool. I mean, I'm gonna watch this, but the narrative debut by the Free Solo directors, Naiad, which is it's getting a bit of buzz for Annette Bening and Jodie Foster. So there might be some worth in that. But look, at the very least, we'll do Bottoms and we'll do Sly.
I'll see about that. See if I can get to it. It's just a case of where screenings are.
What's that one? Sorry, I missed that because I was reading about Bottoms.
But Naiad, it's on Netflix.
Is it Netflix? Oh, fuck it, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, right, yeah, fuck it, yeah. I'm liking that.
I'll just make sure that's definitely this week. But yeah, it's a very...
It's a little bit well, it was supposed to be June, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Dune this weekend, so that's kind of why. But Naiad, coming on Friday. 2 hours, 1 minute. That'll do. Annette Bening, Jodie Foster, and Rhys Ifans.
That Bottoms is co-written by Rachel Sennett.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Naiad, right. Athlete Diane Naiad sets out at 60 to achieve a nearly impossible lifelong dream to swim from Cuba to Florida across more than 100 miles of open ocean. That sounds all right.
That was fucking terrifying. Go on, then.
That sounds like a good movie.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Let's go.
Is it maybe about old people doing bucket list shit?
No.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it is, but not in that kind of way. Not in like a Maggie Smith will appear in it at some point where.
Okay.
Rhys Ifans is in it. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm up first. Yeah, let's go.
All right, cool. There we are.
Right. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you very much. Let's go. Brazilian Grand Prix weekend. It's a sprint weekend, baby. There's more racing. Yes.
I don't know what any of that means, but I'm going to look it up.